Will AB 329 be mandatory in private Christian schools? Will it infiltrate to homeschooling? And what action is needed to reverse AB 329? A law, a vote, or a lawsuit?
So AB 329 only applies to public schools today. But you should have no confidence that if you don't become involved, if we don't make a lot of noise, if we don't work very hard to turn things around, that will likely change. That private schools and even homeschoolers, if the homeschooling community, if the homeschooling laws don't get contracted in this state, you can expect that if things don't change, that this indoctrination will be forced upon private and homeschooling families.
Yes.
What can you do to turn this around? Well, you've started today just by being here, being informed, being engaged, being involved in your child's education, being involved with your public school teachers and on your school boards, making known, being courteous and professional, but being knowledgeable. The other thing you can do is vote for the right people. Make your friends and neighbors and colleagues and family members known what you've heard today, and tell them, did you know that our local representatives are voting to put these things into place? We need to change that. It will take time. This law is not going to turn over overnight, as we've talked about before. And I can tell you that there are groups of very smart people, a lot of attorneys, who are getting together trying to figure out ways that we can attack this thing in the courts. So nothing yet, but stay tuned.
Just one thing to add here, because I think it's very important to remember where this can go if we don't get involved. In my introduction, you guys heard that I was born in Romania. I'm the 8th of 12 children. I was small, I was almost 7 when I came here to the States. But when I talked to all of my older brothers and sisters who went to school in Romania, there was no such thing in a communist state as private school or homeschool or charter school. It was all public school, state-sponsored, and with all the propaganda that came along with it. It was a daily ordeal for my older brothers and sisters to get ridiculed for their Christian faith. And even throughout all of that, they still remained in the faith. The movement that has started here in America is all backed by and residing firmly upon Marxist communist principles and ideologies. And so if you don't stand up today, you will have no private school tomorrow, you will have no homeschool tomorrow. And in fact, all your kids are going to be forced into something like this. This isn't fear-mongering. This is, an illusion of something that might happen in the future. This happened in the past, and history repeats itself when we don't stand up.
Very good point.